Okay. Hello, welcome to the new set of How to Make Dinner. This is our new house and we have windows. So I don't know how that's going to play out for, the look and feel of everything, and there's a sunset out this window, which is extra exciting. Anyway, welcome to the new set. This is season 2 of How to Make Dinner. And we're kicking things off with, this is a great whole grain called Farro. You might have heard of it. It's part of the wheat family. It's like with wheat, spelt, barley. They're all kind of like cousins of each other. And it's great. You can use it for salads. You can use it for sides, grain bowls, what have you. So I've cooked my Farro 2 different ways because I wanted to experiment with a couple of different cooking methods. So this method was done in just like pasta in a boiling salted water for 20 minutes. And then this batch was done in the Instant Pot for 15 minutes, high pressure. And I mean, they're pretty much exactly the same, but I have to say the Instant Pot is very, very good at dealing with whole grains and dried beans. That's my favorite way to use it. I just find that now that I have it, I'm using it a lot more for, like, I'm buying dried chickpeas a lot more often than I'm buying canned chickpeas because I find that they're so much easier to cook in the Instant Pot. So with whole grains like farro and with chickpeas and stuff, when you cook it on the stove, you're always worrying about, is there too much water evaporating? Is it cooking evenly? And all that. So with an Instant Pot, with any pressure cooker, you can just throw the lid on, walk away. You know the water's staying in there and they're cooking super evenly. So that's farro. It's really chewy. It's really delicious. It's kind of like chewy, poppy, crunchy. And it kind of never goes away. Like you can overcook it like crazy and it'll stay really keeps that kind of bouncy chewiness to it. So we're going to make it just a easy spring salad today with this stuff because it's March 31st. So it's pretty much spring. And this is not really a recipe. This is just an example of what I have. This is cooking with what you've got in the fridge combined with what looks good in the market. So today the snap peas looked pretty good. I actually had it in mind to do an asparagus salad today, but the asparagus was still not, it was like kind of calling my name, but not quite. It didn't quite have the right tone of voice yet. I think next week I'll be buying asparagus. So I have snap peas. I'm just going to quickly char them in a cast iron because I love them that way. This is not my first time charring chickpeas or charring snap peas on How to Make Dinner. I also charred snap peas on the skillet salad video. So go check that one out if you haven't seen it. So these guys are going into a smoking hot cast iron pan. So while those are getting brown, I'm just going to chuck the farro into a bowl, and I might not use all of this. So another great thing about farro is that it's once you have some cooked farro on hand, just like if you had cooked brown rice or wheat berries or rye kernels or any kind of nice whole grain, just cook a big batch of it, keep it on hand, and just have it for whatever you want. You can make it into any kind of like casserole type thing. You can make it into a soup, whatever. So into the bowl. And I've got a bunch of springy herbs here. So parsley, mint, and some green onions. Just check on these guys. There's no oil in that pan, by the way. It's like a well-seasoned cast iron, but I didn't add any extra oil. So I'm gonna use like quite a bit of these herbs. Parsley, I don't mind the stems. You can kind of chop some of the stem in with it. Mint, I'm gonna be a bit fussier because the stems are kind of a bit more tough. So I'll be a bit more choosy with my leaf picking. So the most exciting things about spring for me are definitely the spring veggies. Can't wait for asparagus. I love getting like the garden peas when they're out, like the English style peas that you actually shell, the shelling peas. I guess that's what you call them. It's probably good. So these snap peas are bright green now. Like the heat has just kind of brought that bright greenness out of them. And they're starting to get a little bit of charry kind of brown bits on them. So I'm actually just going to tip them out onto a plate and let them cool. So that's done. And I can watch the sunset while I'm cooking with you guys, which is so fun. So these herbs are going to get a rough chop. And I'm not super fussy about finely chopping these soft herbs like basil, parsley, mint. Like I kind of treat it more like a leaf than a herb that needs to be finely chopped. So, I mean, kind of do like one pass through and maybe something like that and we're good. And if you can see the ratio here, it's pretty much like 50-50 herbs to farro, which is my kind of salad. And then I'll do this green onions. These ends are a bit dry. So this is just a great way to empty out your fridge. Buy what looks good. I mean, this is definitely not a recipe. I got these green onions today and then I realized that my new house has a really nice patch of chives out front, which I don't know how I didn't notice that, but next time I'll definitely be using chives and I probably will never buy green onions as long as we've got chives around. I almost bought some radishes because they looked good today too. It's all about, you know, building something based on what's available, what looks good, what you have on hand, and just kind of winging it. I've been reading Carla Lalli Music of Bon Appetit. She just wrote a cookbook called Where Cooking Begins. And that woman is speaking my language so much. It's like all about just a little bit of, you know, fridge shopping, a little bit of online shopping, and a lot of green, fresh farmers market shopping, like for the stuff that really matters. And when you kind of think about cooking that way, it just makes it more enjoyable. And, you know, making a big batch of something on Sunday, like I'll cook a big batch of something like farro, but I don't want to make a giant batch of this salad because I'm going to eat it tonight. And then tomorrow I'm over it, like big time. So I'll cook the farro, I'll make this salad tonight, and then I'll have this cooked leftover and I can do like maybe a sauteed thing tomorrow, or I can make a nice soup tomorrow, and so I never get sick of it. I think that's really the best way to maximize your efforts and your enjoyment, really. Like, who wants to eat the same chili that you cooked like 4 days ago? It's just not good. So anyway, Carla's book, I highly recommend it. I'm super deep into it right now. It's great. Another great book that talks this way is, it was from quite a few years ago, but Christine Cushing, a fellow Canadian, she wrote a book called Fearless in the Kitchen. And it was the same idea, just all about like understanding how to cook basic things so that you can be kind of fearless and do whatever you want. So that was just the zest of a lemon. I'm going to squeeze this lemon into, and look at all my tools are right here because it's my real kitchen. It's so cool. So I'll squeeze in some lemon with my elbow here. So this is spring recipe number 1 in season 2, but I would totally love to hear some of your requests and start making things based on what you would like to see, because that's really what it's all about. So that's a lemon. I'm gonna pretty decent sized glug of olive oil. That's about right. And some salt. I'm so into this, having everything right here. Quite a bit of salt because this, like these grains are, they just soak it right up. And pepper. So this is all I had planned to put in. These are just kind of slightly warm, that's totally fine. I'm going to give this a quick toss. As soon as I figure out where I've stored everything. So this is really nice as is, as a nice salad. You could definitely put an egg on top of this. I think I might crumble some feta on. And actually, I did slow cook some chickpeas in the crock pot. Or sorry, not slow cook. I did instant pot cook some chickpeas yesterday, so I think I might throw them in too. So I've got these chickpeas. And by the way, I know I've been talking about it already, but I've never been addicted to just snacking on chickpeas until I started cooking them from dried in the Instant Pot with bay leaves, coriander seeds, and salt. And salt, you know, people say they toughen up the skin. Oh, and garlic. People say they toughen up the skins, but I think that in a pressure cooker, the skins have no chance. Salt makes chickpeas taste better. Cook them in salty water and it gets like all absorbed. It's so good. So I'm gonna throw some of these in. Like I said, we're just kind of winging it. And maybe we'll just put some of this in a bowl with some feta on top. I guess I should taste it first though. It's kind of the main thing. So the farro is really just it's like a base, but this is a pretty loaded with other stuff. That is so good. This is like such a good spring dinner. So good to bring to a picnic or a potluck or anything really. I love this stuff. And then we've got this Bulgarian Feta. Crumble that on top. And you've got dinner. It's so good. What more do I have to say? That's all for today. This has been How to Make Dinner, signing off. I think so. It was a bit of a shit show, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I hope I got some good footage with this camera. It's gonna take me a while to get used to it.
Babe, you should have some bites of that though. It's so good.